Hello, happy Monday. It is 3:40 and I am going to start the chicken for dinner. I had a video that I had made about sous vide, but I never put it out. It actually didn't work very well. Kind of bombed dinner. But a sous vide is this. I think there's different variations. I don't know. I've had mine for 5 or 6 years. You put it I usually use a pot of water, and then you control how long and what temperature that your food cooks at, and it water bath cooks it in a bag. And it makes your food very, very tender, very juicy. It keeps all those, it's like boiling it at a really low temperature, but you're keeping all the flavor in the meat, not just floating around in a pot, kind of. And it's SOUS, second word VIDE, sous vide. So I thought tonight we would do the chicken this way. We're going to do it for 2 hours at 147 degrees. The only thing you want to remember, and this is where I messed up when I did the other video, is that it took an hour to get to temp. So you want to account for that time. But it's really good. My mom, I wasn't planning on coming out here, but I have like 5 minutes while the baby's eating a bottle. So I convinced my mom to get one because my mom has really bad teeth from a bad dentist who basically pulled her teeth and gave her dentures way too early, and they weren't the right size, so they've worn her bone down. So her teeth are kind of loose, and she hasn't been feeling great because she has a really restricted diet anyways, but she can't chew meat very well. So she got one, and now she's been able to eat meat again. So I thought this is a great thing to show you. This was, I think, $100 back then. I know hers was, I think, 50 or 60 on Amazon. And then there's ones that are really expensive. But I really think it's worth it. Last Thanksgiving, we got sick and didn't make it with the family. And I threw a frozen turkey in the sous vide. And I had a turkey in 5 hours. Very impressive. So let me show you this. We are going to season it light. Not lightly, but not all the way. You don't want to put like fresh garlic or fresh onions in your sous vide bag because it can cause botulism. So you just want to do dry stuff, and then at the end sear if you want, or add in other spices and wet seasonings and sauces. So I'm just going to do salt and pepper, garlic, and onion, and some rib rub. A lot of pepper on that. Rub some of that pepper off. Hold on. Okay, I had to rinse a little bit of that pepper off because that was going to be way too peppery. And because it is going to be cooking in its own juices, this isn't necessarily all going to stay in the chicken. So you want to season it well. You just don't need to do your final seasonings. That's what I was trying to say. So I recently just got the reusable bags. You can do it in a food saver bag. You can do it in a Ziploc bag while you're learning. But the best is to have all of the air out is what you want. So just put our chicken in there. You don't want them to be on top of each other. take out the air. And then this little device, and this is kind of hard. You put it on there and then it it's like so tricky. There we go. So the trick is getting it lined up, and then you just, it's a very big arm workout. Suck all the air out. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, try again. The idea of this thing is very cool. There we go. But the contraption itself, it's a little finicky. There we go. So sucked our juice out, and I actually now own an actual sous vide container, but I didn't use to. So this is the first time I'm using it. That just keeps the chicken down. And even if you do it in a pot or a container, you want to have it covered because you want to keep the you want to keep it covered so that you can keep the heat in there, because you don't want to lose temp or run out of water and your sous vide shuts off, and then again botulism. And the reason why I've been excited for a container is because it has the lid on it, but I used to just do a towel. It just clips onto the side. And you can actually just go straight to the plate if you would like. It is a little bit of a different color, so you don't need to be alarmed by that. But that's it. You set it. Make sure you press on, and then it does its thing. We'll be back. It's a little bit after 4 now. We're gonna start on the next part of dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna make for this side yet, but my main dish, I'm thinking like a shredded barbecue sandwich. We'll use the chicken, we'll use the potato buns. I'm gonna make a coleslaw to go on top. And you'll have to excuse me, I woke up this morning a little bit congested, so I have the sniffles. I had them yesterday in the video, actually. I realized when I was editing yesterday. I'm pretty sure Amber from Mama to All's Homestead gave it to me somehow over the internet. Just kidding. She was sick, so, but she's feeling better. But now I have a cold. Anyways, and if you don't watch her, which I'm sure you guys all do because she has a bigger channel than I do, but she's really great and she's super sweet and I love her. Anyways, back to the coleslaw. So we're gonna make a coleslaw to go on the burger. The only thing I can think of is potato wedges for sides, but we've had potatoes like every day and I don't know what else to do. I guess we didn't have potatoes yesterday. I guess we probably just have potatoes. So, but anyways, let's make this. So, did I not get a knife? My thought is, we have these carrots left over from when I put them in the burrito. They're kind of like spicy shredded carrots. I'm gonna throw those in my coleslaw. So I'm just gonna drain these. But I figure, why waste them, right? I didn't get any of my tools. I apologize. Then I'm going to do another carrot, part of a zucchini, cabbage. I have mayonnaise here, some Dijon and some honey. Those are from the box. And some Slap Ya Mama. And then the regular seasonings over here. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little bit out of it today. Just from these sniffles. My brain is just not working right. My grater. I told Josh yesterday night that back up a little bit. The dogs like the tops. When we were sick for that super long amount of time, I kept saying there has to be something we're supposed to be learning. And I decided it was that if one of us says we need each other home, then, well, I'm always home. Where do I go? But if I especially tell him, like, I need you to be home, I need you to not go to work, then he needs to stay home. And if he tells me he needs me in a certain way, then I need to listen because he's voicing he needs me. We agreed, like, after all this sickness and me being home by myself dying, that was something to work on. And his schedule, he technically only, his actual schedule, not overtime, is Tuesday through Friday, 6 to 4, so 4 times. And I'm like, you need to stay home tomorrow. And he's like, we can't afford for me to stay home. I'm like, no, remember, that was the rule. You got called out twice yesterday on Sunday, plus another phone call. He almost had to go in a third time. And I'm like, that's the rule. If I say, or if you say, we don't question. And he said, okay, you're right. And I said, plus we need just a family day. I feel like, I feel like we need to go do something as a family. And today happened to be one of the days that the little tiny local, it's in the mall, it's really weird. It's a little tiny aquarium, had homeschool day. So it's like a super discounted rate. And we took the girls and it was so fun. And it was like the perfect size. Because it's just this little thing in the mall. And we just explored for a couple of hours. And it was such a great day. But then I got home and I was so tired. And then I laid down while the girls were napping. Let me wash this. I did everything else, but not this yet. So, anyways, that was our day. It was really fun. And it was really nice to do something as a family. We haven't done anything like that for a very long time. And sometimes you need to just hang out with your family. It was really, really cute. And you could pet stingrays and reptiles. I don't know why I'm trying to do it in that. A lot of it was very open and touch and feel, which was really cool. So, since I got quiet after my story, I'm going to just shred all this stuff, the zucchini and the carrots, and then I will be back. Also, I've realized, like, my mom's stomach likes to cook with me, and it's like a struggle every time I watch my videos to not just edit everything with my friend out, because it's kind of embarrassing. But I'll just suck it in. The joys of 3 C-sections and a 13-inch vertical scar from a cyst removal, right? That fun mom stomach. Anyways, gotta keep it sucked in. I'll be back. I cut off a little bit of this cabbage. This is my container so far. I'm just going to chop this up too. I growing up, didn't like cabbage, and I think it's because my mom, like I've said before, my mom is either amazing at what she makes, or she'll literally say, we're not eating this. We have to come up with something else. Because she's very much an inventor. And my mom would just boil cabbage. And that's not very tasty, boiled cabbage. So I didn't love it, but now I love cabbage. But it has to be on the more raw side for me to like it, or raw. I'm sure there's a bunch of other cooked ways that I just have yet to discover that would be really good. And I think I need a bigger bowl now that I'm looking at my cabbage. Because cabbage, I always feel like you cut it and then all of a sudden you have 14 pounds of cabbage and you thought you were going to have a cup. So let me get a bigger container. Are you done with school?
Yeah.
All of it?
Well, there's one thing. I did it, and then it didn't say all my work.
Okay, there's that. We forgot all about the rest of school today when we left. And we both came home and just did other things. And then I was like, oh no, we didn't do math and whatever. So she was supposed to be finishing her school. Okay. There's that. I'm going to put these carrots in. It's not very much, but I thought, I don't know what else to use them for. This seems like a good idea. All right, in this, and I've only ever made coleslaw one other time, and it was like 2 weeks ago, or 3. Like it was very recent. Got too much going on over here. It's stressing me out. Okay. There's a dog back there. I'm letting him have the carrot. Okay. I'm gross. I know. Okay. I'm not letting him touch my hand. I just put it on the floor. Here's this. Mayonnaise. So I'm no, like, what I was trying to say is I'm no coleslaw magician or anything here. I'm just kind of making it like I made it the last time. Some salt. Pepper. Garlic and onion. And I figure I would do this. Uh-oh. 1 second. Gotta check the baby. I figured I would start this now so that it could sit in the fridge for an hour or so. And develop those flavors. My monitor isn't on for some reason. I just put her down before I started doing this, so she should be going to sleep. And I'm gonna try to think of something besides potato wedges, but you never know. Just a little bit of this because it's kind of spicy. Oops. I'm looking over my shoulder and not paying attention.
Coleslaw often contains vinegar as an essential ingredient, typically along with sugar, salt, pepper, mustard, and sometimes horseradish. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. All right, I had to get the monitor going. I mixed that though. Whoop. White vinegar. Should I measure? Nah. That was amazing yesterday, but that's a once in a lifetime thing. I don't know, that much? I don't know what Alexa's trying to tell me. She keeps trying to tell me that there's severe weather in California. That doesn't really pertain to my life here. That little turkey is still awake. One of these packets of Dijon. And then this is 0.5 ounces of honey. And I know it's usually sugar, but we're trying to use what we have in this box, right? I'm just going to put a little bit. I'm going to taste it. It's kind of a more neutral honey. Not like, you know, those really bold, the darker honeys. They're more bold. Okay. And since I'm sick, maybe, I don't know, I'm not gonna just dig in. I guess it wouldn't matter because I kept eating the soup yesterday, huh? Pretty close, but I think it could use a little bit more of all the things. I don't know why everybody is running behind me. Apparently thinks something exciting is going on. Oh, it's the carrots. I shouldn't have given him a treat. Let's try that. I'm gonna do a little bit more honey. Another spoonful. And another splash. What the heck is that? That's very weird. Is that from the mayonnaise? There's like a little string or something. Whatever. Nobody ate it. We're fine. have this like flavor in my mind and I'm not reaching it. That was the slap your mama. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. This is done. This is gonna go in the fridge for dinner time. We're gonna go with potato wedges. We've used, after this, there'll be 14 potatoes left. So we're about halfway through with our potatoes. I think we still have a lot of carrots. I just have some salt water right there. And then my thought was I'll season them with the Frank's Red Hot seasoning. And this is one of the larger ones. They're very small potatoes. And I have pretty small hands. So I'm just cutting them into thirds. And I was thinking I'll just make some noodles because we still have some leftover spaghetti. And it needs to be eaten like today. So the big one can have that for her dinner. Because I don't think she's going to want a chicken sandwich. She might. She surprises me, but you never know. Alright, the dogs need to come back in and I have to check paws because it's muddy. I'll be back. I rinsed these and I patted them dry. So now we flavor. Some oil. Oh, that scared me. And salt. Huh?
I didn't want to touch them yet.
Oh. Garlic and onion. He's been down exploring the house. That sounds like we live in a mansion. He was in the base or in the garage, and when we moved in, obviously we just put everything in the garage, like all the boxes and everything. So as we've been unpacking, we've been we have more room in there. And there's this weird wall, but the boxes were in front of it, and the freezer got put in front of it. So today he was down there exploring it, and there's apparently it's plumbed for a toilet, which is kind of odd in the garage. But his hands were dirty. He's telling me that. I'm just gonna put the rest of this honey in here because it's only a little bit, and why the heck not? I went and grabbed another bag of this. So 2. It's a tablespoon each. I don't know if I love that. I don't think I've ever had Frank's Red Hot. Interesting. Maybe we'll start with 1. Thank you. Smell this seasoning and tell me what you think. If I should do 2 packs or if we want to try something else with it.
It's spaghetti.
This?
Yeah, it's spaghetti.
This?
It is a stick.
This?
But it's a spaghetti. You can eat it. Eat it.
Steak?
Eat it.
Look. It's food.
After enjoying a nice piece of raw spaghetti with Elsie, I decided 1 packet. I don't think I really love this flavor at all. We need something sweet with it. Hey, ma'am. I wonder how this would be. I think that would work. Okay. Now I put some more oil and some cornstarch. I don't want that oil on my friend. Okay, mix it again. The cornstarch gives it kind of a crunchy coating when it cooks. And there we have it. These are ready. My hands are gross. Sous vide says an hour and 30 minutes. So I will throw these in a little while. It's too early yet, but we're almost done with dinner. Nap time. Nap time. Nap time. Go to sleep. Time to sleep. Nap time. Nap time. So dinner's done and Josh got called into work. Cool. Really, it's okay because like I said, he didn't go today, so getting called in, and when he gets called in, because you guys care, but he gets called in and he has to like go pull apart for the engineers in his company or whoever needs it. So he might need to go, and then he drives like, it's like 15 minutes down the road. He'll go pull out like 2 screws, and then he takes them to the person, and then he comes home. And then he gets paid for 5 hours. So it's really not that bad when he gets called in. I know I've been complaining about it. It's just annoying because it's always like either super early in the morning or right during dinner. I'm like, do these guys, when is their lunch? Because they're obviously lunching when we dinner. So one of us needs to change our schedule when you're on call. But he should be back soon. So I'm just going to prep things. Well, I was waiting for this chicken to get done. I started to pack his lunch for tomorrow and realized he needed like a vegetable or something. So I just quickly steamed some broccoli and carrots for him to throw in. And now we'll show the chicken. And as much as I complain about it, I am grateful that he is allowed the opportunity to have a job, and 2, he gets paid for 5 hours, which is amazing. I'm just gonna throw these in here real quick. This is his lunch for tomorrow. It's ribs we had a few days ago, and a big baked potato. We're just like potato family now. And I was like, are you sure this is enough? Look, because this was all that was left. And he's like, yeah, that'll be fine. So that's why I gave him 2 small potatoes, but whatever, right? So let that cool down. Oh. Everything all got done. He got called in about 10 minutes before everything got done. And the baby woke up. I'm just going to put some butter on the food. So I had everything in order. And then everything finished. The noodles finished. You know how it goes. Okay, let's take this out. I chopped up just a little bit of red onion. This is what our chicken looks like. And I said that and then I switched topics. I'm going to throw that. You'll see what I'm going to do with it in a minute. So just to show you what this looks like. Perfectly done chicken. So juicy. So, like, it's tender and juicy. Not a super amount of flavoring, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna break it up. I did throw the potatoes. Hey, you. No, I'm using that right now. Sorry. Are you trying to sing? Where's your guitar? Can I help you? Oh man, you're so tall. There you go. It's all gone? Dang it. I'm just kind of shredding it. Not perfectly. Honestly, I can just pull it apart. Okay, shredded chicken. I'm gonna throw the onion in. And then I shredded, oops, sorry, just a little bit of Gruyere and Jack. Like I had 2 little pieces left. So I thought, okay, I'll shred that and I'm going to put it in with my chicken. And I'm going to put just a little sprinkle of salt. And then I'm just going to put barbecue sauce. And mix it up. Adding a little bit more. I want it nice and coated. I like to shred the cheese and put the onion in like this, because then you don't really need a lot, and you just kind of have that flavor when you take a bite. You have the chicken and the barbecue sauce and the raw onion and that. Then you'll get a hint of cheese. It's very easy, trust me, I knew, to overeat cheese. I went vegan one time, and that was like the hardest thing, was cheese, because there's just not a good fake cheese. Okay. Can even do a little bit more if you want. It tastes really good. Here's the coleslaw. So I'll put these together when he gets here. We're just gonna plate these. I'm just gonna do some shredded chicken. I think I did it on the wrong side on that one. Okay. And then I'm going to put the coleslaw. I won't give the kids this in sandwich form. I did do it upside down. That's okay, because they're messy. And then there's dinner. Potato wedges.